The band.
Do you see the light?
The band. No, 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 no.
Heard you boys needed some help.
We're putting the band back together.
On today's episode of Black and Jobless.
Now, who here at this table can honestly say that they played any finer or felt any better than they did when they were with the Blues Brothers? You were the backbone, the nerve center of a great rhythm and blues band. You can make that live, breathe, and jump again.
You know who you're messing with, boyo. You have any idea who our boss is?
Nope, but 100 people surveyed, #1 answers on the board. Name the douchebag who's in charge.
Vincent Van Gogh yourself.
Vincent Van Gogh myself.
Use of unnecessary violence in the apprehension of the Blues Brothers has been approved.
We need pianos, amps, mics, the works.
Now go on, get.
Breaks my heart. Boy, that young going bad.
All right, Token, give me a smooth bass line.
I don't know how to play bass.
Token, how many times do we have to go through this? You're black, you can play bass.
I'm getting sick of your stereotypes.
Be as sick as you want, just give me a goddamn bass line.
God damn it.
I don't always drink whiskey, but when I do, it's after I done lay them niggas down. Stay black, my friend.
We're putting the band back together.
Forget it. No way. We're on a mission from God.
Unfortunately, I don't think before I speak, so I'm just as surprised as you are.
The report says you looked her in the eye and said, "Baby girl, I'm already wearing orange. Might as well call me Nemo because I'm trying to touch that butt."
That girl need a CDL to drive that dump truck around, man. I'm telling you, I went and got a gym membership just so when she gives me a chance, I can handle it.
How much for the little girl? The women. How much for the women?
What?
You're the women. I want to buy your women, the little girl, your daughters. Sell them to me. Sell them to your children.
Finish the video. I'm not that freaking important, you fucking tools.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir.
Maybe you should tell him before he does something completely reckless.
There is literally nothing left that he could do to make this situation worse.
save blowing up the planet. He is going to blow up the planet, but I live here.
And we all live here
hey,
too.
hey.
We don't need it gone. Jesus.
That ain't Jesus.
Honestly,
No, but that was loud.
I'm honestly getting to the opinion that I don't know if Jesus could help with this group.
We are beyond approach.
Yeah.
Jesus says, "Be gone, demon."
Oh,
By the
that's the
way-
thing. I don't even think Satan wants to touch us either. So there,
By
he's
the
like
way-
going. He's like going. I see what goes through those guys' minds. No, I'm not touching that group.
By the way, Cliff, I dropped you something in the private.
I don't want the competition.
What'd you drop me?
Just a little bit of bad humor.
Yeah.
Really, Mando?
Kind of.
God damn it.
That's a good show.
Fucking time.
Bad messages are dropped.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh, we don't have a banner yet. Well, we aren't saying anything really naughty yet.
No, but give it time.
Yes, give it time. It always comes to debauchery and shenanigans.
Well, it usually comes down to like one or two people egging each other on.
Okay,
That too.
let me just point something out that's absolutely insane, but also true about this little group of social misfits that we're a part of. We don't have. It's very much like dealing with a prostitute. Allegedly, you all come eventually.
And
Speaking from experience, are you, Mando?
No, actually, I'm not, because I have
No.
avoided that particular class of individual. However, I've been around enough soldiers over the years to know exactly what they do. These little bastards would usually talk about it before throwing up in the back of my car.
Duh. We got Cali Ford over there on the other side, the green side.
Oh, everyone, you've got to say hola to the Kelly. Hola,
I'll
Kelly.
stay on Rumble side so I can let loose. Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, another
I
little
saw
bit
they
of
already got Jimmy's comment. His first one. Fuckers apparently is not proper chat material.
it's you, Scroob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
It's
Dave?
Sunday night, right? Sunday night. Yeah. So
Oh,
anyway,
I
in
just
48
can't
hours
find
time,
it.
when I did my stream, I got yanked last week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Copyright stuff or community stuff?
Yeah. All I did was say Kamala's knee pads.
That'll do it.
Rumble.
Yeah.
It was
I'll
Rumble,
do
not
it.
YouTube, though.
Really? That's weird.
Wait, Rumble pulled down your stream?
They just cut the feed, yeah.
Rumble? Hmm.
Interesting. I've never heard of that happening. At least not within our group.
Yeah, that's Pop does some pretty raunchy stuff, and he has not had a Rumble stream yanked that I've seen.
Yeah. But Rumble's very good with let's just say their moderation isn't as restrictive as YouTube.
Yeah, so far. I hope it remains that way forever.
I do. I still think their biggest mistake was going public.
Oh yeah.
It also could be server glitch. So
Okay.
they didn't want to, but they didn't want to tell me why the stream was cut. So that
They don't want that. Yours is probably cut because they don't want to waste the bandwidth on it because elections are coming up.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey,
shitty
that's a
reason.
possibility.
You think YouTube doesn't use the same fucking reason?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they have a restrictive moderation, so they could just go, nope, get rid of that one. Get rid
Rumble,
get rid of them.
Rumble is walking the same path. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. Everybody's singing its praises now because it's pretty much early. It's still like walk stage YouTube, like 2010s YouTube, just with live streaming as an addition.
Yeah,
give it a decade. Rumble is going to turn into what YouTube is now.
Yeah.
Well, Cliff, I have been basically saying that YouTube and Rumble and all these other platforms are all trying to go for the same goal, and that's basically to just be an online streaming service that gets paid.
Yep.
All right, let Dave go because I think he's got input delay and he keeps trying to get in when. He's across the ocean.
Yeah, I'm trying to shout across the ocean, so yeah, I got a bad input delay. But what I mean is, I think the Karens learned early that if they flood someone's switchboard, right, they're just going to say, "Fuck it, we're going to pull people's people's channels instead of dealing with this angry mob of angry bees that are just going to harass it till the end of time."
That's why you never apologize to the mob.
Because they'll just keep harassing you for the end of time. Yeah.
Tell them
Oh yeah,
to go
there's
fuck themselves.
With a cactus.
Dude.
Oh,
Make sure they twist it on the way in.
Shit.
Karen. There's no punishment for the Karen because they say, but it's my First Amendment right. I got a right to protest. I got a right to annoy people. I got a right to harass. Oh, stalker, arrest him. Bloody hypocrites.
I hope Phil's wrong.
No, he's not though. It's already been implemented.
It's already on YouTube, Phil. It's called waiting. It's called algorithmic waiting.
Ugh.
Well,
there was a year or two ago where if you could go into dev mode into your browser, they used to input a line of code of what their social credit score value was for you.
Yeah,
What?
That's the thing. Someone said it's a 32-bit number on YouTube. Well, I think it's 64 or 128 now, but on YouTube, your actual YouTube identification is your waiting.
Well, all I'm going to say at this point is the first time I go to McDonald's or something else and I'm told that I don't have the social credit score to get a pack of chicken nuggets to munch on the road, I'm going to be informing them that they will either serve it up or they will be serving up a legal settlement because I will sue them into the Stone Age.
Yeah, because that goes against what?
Right,
there is a right to refuse service, but right to refuse service based off of
that's discrimination.
Arbitrary score.
That's discrimination.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Fourth Amendment violation because obviously they're pulling up a record on you.
Well, it's deeper than that because now, if you're a certain age and older, so if you are over 40 years old, that's also age discrimination, not just plain discrimination.
Well, and also in my case, in Sean's case, and Cliff's case, I can't speak to anyone else, but it's also another protective status because we're also veterans, and I think all three of us are also combat veterans.
Yeah.
Veteran discrimination is a new test case, but yes, you are right. There is veteran discrimination being going on, but there's also the fact that gender discrimination. But I think they're doing enough test cases now that they could design a new constitution tomorrow and basically cut out everything that they want to cut out.
Mm-hmm.
The 19s wouldn't be put back in.
They're not going to implement social credit without collapsing the system first.
Well, the thing is that, at least in the United States, a social credit system is essentially dead on arrival. at least in the way that it's portrayed in pop culture. However, the way they're backdooring it in is ESG scoring for corporate entities.
Well, they're doing that for corporate, but and way how they're also getting people to volunteer for a social credit system is by using an actual credit system. How many people have student debt?
I think that answer is yes.
Yes.
Not me.
I don't.
No, neither do I. Oh, thank
Well,
God.
same here. My student or my college was paid for by the GI Bill.
My government bankrupted me, so I sort of have and have not got social credit or a student debt. But if I ever get money, it's sort of they re-implement that debt, but it's supposed to have been cancelled and paid, but it sort of hasn't because they didn't include the interest in the bankruptcy, which I think is disgusting.
Well, the thing is that it really depends on what country you're in. The United States, the average citizen has a lot more protections against that stuff than an individual in Canada, Australia, or Great Britain, unfortunately.
Don't call it Great Britain. It's not great anymore.
Oh no,
the original country for liberty.
It's North Africa, New North Africa.
North Africa.
New North Africa. Oh, what is it? HLC always calls beans on falafel an Islamic country.
Yes. Damn it, Sean. You got me hooked on that motherfucker. But thank you.
Something kind of.
You're welcome.
Speaking of something kind of related to that, my mom actually called me up earlier today. Apparently, there's been a lot of stuff on social media about some specific bikers going to a city in Michigan because apparently they're fed up with a certain religion throwing their weight around and abusing American citizenry. I don't know how true this is. I haven't verified it.
Dearborn, Michigan. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
But you guys might want to pay attention to the news on or about the 18th.
Yeah, that I saw the video of their what is it? The police commissioner, police captain. He's a high-ranking police officer, and I saw him. I'm just going, just resign, just resign. It's either he has no balls or off camera there is a long-distance hole puncher pointed directly at his head.
Just slightly off a frame.
Just slightly out of frame. It just no. His balls are in his wife's purse.
You know what it is? No, it's a politician holding up his. I reckon he can't resign because A, he's on a contract, and B, the city controls his pension.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, even
he's controls his nuts.
the thing is, even here in the U.S., you can walk away from that. You just lose all benefits.
Well, I guarantee he's going to lose them anyway with how much money is going into the welfare system for that city.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a losing situation regardless.
Again, I haven't got the ability to confirm that information because I didn't get the actual article. But I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know kind of as a be on the lookout.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Because if that kicks off the way that the rumor I got shared to me kicks off, we could very well see some chitty chitty bang bang going on.
Well, I'm telling you.
A whole lot of kinetic energy, you might say.
You're in the middle of a war that you're not fighting.
We've been in the middle of a cold civil war for at least 10 years.
Yeah, you're in a war
longer than that.
I did say at least.
You defend yourself or your country, and it is an absolute criminality because one of the first things the founders did was try to make sure American citizens could always defend the country. Right? Remember, there was a time when Mexico crossed the border and got shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was 1863 when the first laws started to work against the American populace.
Well, when I was in high school, there were stories even back then of Border Patrol agents getting shot at across the Mexican border by people wearing Mexican uniforms. And back then, I was always like, that's technically an act of war, whether they're corrupt or not. That is an act of war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how many times has America invaded Mexico? Do you know that?
Wasn't it at least 3 times?
Well, the last time was 1913, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, you had the Spanish-American War, the Mexican-American War, and there was at least one other time. I can think
The
of.
Banana Wars.
What was the first war you lost?
That we lost?
That's a loaded question.
No, I want to know me, because I'm the fucking nut job that actually looks into history, and I was like, I think we might have actually had other wars that were happening between 1812 and the Civil War that are just erased from history.
Well, we had.
Well, they were conflicts, not declared wars.
Exactly.
After the Revolutionary
We probably lost those,
War,
yeah.
Now, after the Revolutionary War, the Washington and his men got together and realized that the British had not left the continent, that the British Army and millions of Americans, not thousands, not hundreds, but millions of Americans were moving north. So he ordered the Continental Army to invade Canada to protect America, and they lost.
Yeah.
That's
Truth
why
be told,
the veterans of the Revolutionary War, because most were killed in the War of Canada.
truth be told, when it comes to American military history, we love touting the successes that we had, but we really are good at burying under the rug screw-ups that we have engaged in.
Well, more often than not, it's because an officer made a dumb fucking call, and they don't want to hold their officers accountable unless they're dead.
Or if it wasn't an officer that screwed something up, it was some idiot politician who got involved and screwed up the overall conflict.
No, you have no idea how much power U.S. cavalry officers used to have.
Actually, I very well do. The Little Bighorn, that was entirely Custer, and had somebody outranked him said, "No, you're not going into that area," you would not have had that entire unit wiped out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Custer he had never been humbled in battle before.
Actually,
he was always success. Well, okay, he had a very high success rate.
His success rate was extreme, and his ego was even bigger.
Yes, it was. That's really what it was. The fall of Custer.
But you know why they went in the Black Hills, don't you? You know why they went in the Black Hills, don't you?
Was it relocation?
No. No, because white women were joining the native tribes because they felt sorry for them.
Oh, all right. Suicidal empathy. That's in the history books. There you go.
Why is that always there? Suicidal empathy.
White women were going into the native tribes, and a bunch of cavalry officers said, "No, we're not having any of this race mixing stuff," and went in there to try and stamp it out.
How much you want to bet they were the ugly single women?
The fat, ugly single women.
I'm throwing that out. Well, it's the 1800s. Not a lot of them would be fat.
Well,
not a lot of them, yeah.
Also, as the 1800s, not a lot of them were actually all that pretty.
True.
Hell no, they're not.
That's true.
And that's even by my incredibly low standard for what is pretty for a female.
The standard of bait selection back then was a little bit more.
Oh my God, that's a man.
Yeah, it was a little bit more primal, where you're going back to women are looking at a man's ability for security, while a man is looking for somebody who's fertile.
Vagina.
Yeah. Well, and
do you have a vagina? Yes.
Well, yeah, and a lot of the marriages back then were still arranged.
Yeah.
And don't forget, a lot of them were also, let's be honest, they were cousins.
There was some of that going on.
There was some of that, but I don't think it was anywhere near as much as people like to admit.
Not after the third wave immigration. Before third wave immigration, yeah. After third wave immigration of the Irish, no. You know, the Irish brought in as slaves for the men for prostitution, don't you? And
Okay.
later men for to be wives. By the
Let,
government.
let me put it to you this way. My family on my mom's side actually has a letter from her great grandfather going back to Germany requesting a wife from the old country. His only qualification was she be young enough to travel and have children safely and be a good Lutheran woman. Those were the only qualifications he put in.
Yeah.
My grandmother was one of the last people out of Europe after World War II who were paid by the government to come here.
Oh, to Australia?
Yeah. And the law actually dates back nearly a century. The Australian government has been buying women off Europe for a century.
That's honestly not a surprise. If I remember correctly, wasn't Australia originally a penal colony anyway?
Yes, it was a penis colony.
That's not the term I used. I used the correct term there.
I know. Well, then, how did they go from penal colony to a state?
You get enough,
one
people.
of the governors of the colony decided that he didn't want to be he didn't want a sausage fest. he wanted a real country. And at first he tried to round up the natives and, make a real country and a go of the that fell apart. But then he discovered sheep, a new crossbreeding sheep, and created a massive sheep farm. And the British, who were short of wool, suddenly decided, heck, we need to start importing real laborers into Australia, because suddenly they realized that British sheep farm was a square block. Australian sheep farm was the size of a city.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they could lots of wool.
There's a joke I could make that my grandfather used to make all the time, but I won't because it would get you zapped on YouTube.
And the narrative that Britain was robbing the colonies? That actually started in Australia with the Rum Rebellion. It was actually the Australians who started that to justify its first rebellion against the British. We had 3, but we actually didn't gain our independence by rebellion. We gained our independence through a legal court case that was decided in 1901.
That honestly doesn't shock me.
We're one of the few countries who got its independence through lawsuits.
That is Jesus lawfare.
Weird
Always
case.
fucking things up.
Okay, so let me ask you this one, Mr. Applegate. Would it be fair to say that Australia is essentially the world's largest HOA?
Oh, shit.
No, this is me asking as a legitimate question, because if Australia won independence by suing Great Britain out of the country, that's essentially what HOAs do when they don't like somebody. They'll sue you until you either leave or you comply with whatever insane demands they come up with.
Right.
Well, instead of settling, they didn't actually settle a lawsuit, and they dismissed the case and instead passed an act of parliament because they didn't want any other colony to be able to sue them and win.
Oh, they didn't want precedent to be set.
Exactly. Which, had Africa followed up on, they would have been independent 20 years earlier instead of under the different wars.
I wonder if Africa
in the
would
same state they are now.
Sorry, go ahead, Mendo. I don't know. Would Africa be better off today than they currently are if they had taken that course of action?
Yes, because they wouldn't have killed off all their intellectuals.
It's a good thought experiment to run.
Come on, Kami. How many black people from all across the world came to America during the 20s, 30s, and 40s who actually were university educated to flee revolutions? Anybody? No, it's history that black people don't know.
It's less than a handful.
Yeah.
But less than a handful survived the South African purge recently.
Yeah, it was like I'm talking like maybe 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, how many would have survived? How if there wasn't the wars, then how many would have been? There would have been a lot more. There would have been. You remember Cairo? Sorry, not Cairo, all the way through to Nairobi. There were more universities in that region than there were in America. Now there's like how many universities in Africa? A handful. They're still operating.
Oh, I have no idea. I've never looked that up.
Yeah. Most of them exist in name only. They're mostly trained nurses. Yeah, they're mostly just nursing schools or foreign funded. They're even Nairobi University is foreign funded now.
Well, honestly, most schools anymore are either foreign funded or funded almost exclusively by some form of loan system.
No, and if you look at how much they're going to be losing with the loss of international students because of a lot of the immigration crackdowns, it's a lot. It's what is it, $80 billion in just the Ivy League system alone. They're going to lose.
That breaks my heart.
Oh, I know.
What a damn shame that was.
But it's this stupid. It's a stupid declaration, and it's one of the few things that I disagree with the founders when they said all men are born equal. Hell no.
No, we're born equal, but we are not raised equal.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say if you're speaking to the actual words themselves, the plain language, yes. We are born naked, screaming, and covered in somebody else's blood and shit.
I thought that's how we
Cliff.
Okay.
Cliff, you almost scared me for a second because I thought you said the nig. Like, okay, I'm glad you caught yourself.
Like I said, we are born equal. We are not raised equal.
We are also we also don't make choices that lead to us being equal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a question that'll really mess with a lot of people's brains. How many of the decisions do you make are actually made because you stop and think about it? And how many of them are made because of an emotional reaction to something you may or may not be consciously thinking about?
Or how many of them are just made because you're just kind of on autopilot?
50-50. Yeah. Most people.
Well, no. Okay.
No, you think about it. Right?
Hang on. Let me give you the rest of the other half of this thought experiment.
Yep.
Let me give you guys the other half of this thought experiment. You go into a local Walmart or Kmart or Dollar General or whatever big box store you go to. You probably have in mind a list of things that you're looking to get.
Right.
How many items do you walk out of that store with? Not because you consciously thought about it, but because emotionally speaking, something triggered in your brain that you wanted to, or that you needed to pick that thing up to get rid of that particular emotional need at that time.
Oh, marketing companies make a fucking.
We're not even talking about the marketing. Assume everything's just in a white box that says the name of the item.
From market research, about 50% of people will make at least one impulse buy.
Like I said, assume everything is just in a white box with the name of the item on it. No logos, no nothing.
Yeah, I'm still saying 50% of people will make at least one impulse buy.
And you may be correct, but it's one of these things where it's not your logical brain taking control on that. It's your emotional brain taking control on that.
Yeah, half your decisions are emotional, correct. Yep. Your brain you actually have two brains. Your left lobe and right lobe are interconnected, but they don't cooperate. They oppose each other.
And honestly, that's part of the reason I did not join you guys last week and had to jump out real quick the week before. Tommy and Sean and Doc know what was going on. I'm not going to rehash this again. But last week, had I joined in, I would not have been on for very long. I would have been booted.
It's one of those decisions that's better to what is it? We were talking about it earlier. Better not to have a blow up and then make have consequences that are longer lasting than
exactly. And there's
brief catharsis of getting your vent out or whatever would have happened.
Exactly. And there's certain people in this community that I value the friendship too much to burn it.
Some people have picked up that there's something wrong with me. That is correct. I suffer from an anxiety disorder. Sometimes I stutter. That usually means I've got a tick coming.
So let's just put that brief pause.
It's slowly burning out as depression. It's
that
they originally diagnosed me as bipolar, but you know, docs, they like the pills, don't they?
That's honestly the reason I refuse. That's honestly the reason I refuse to go to a shrink, because I am not going to be misdiagnosed as being depressed and be put on antidepressants when they really just need to figure out what the fuck's going on in my brain pan.
What's going on in your brain pan is you don't have enough stimulus of your brain's requirement to function at a normal level, so your brain malfunctions.
I've been doing some deep dives on this, and I have a few ideas of where things are going and where things are miswired. The problem is I'm getting to the point where I need to figure out how to get them rewired. And meds are not going to rewire it.
That takes two things.
No, they're not. They're going to do more damage.
But one is meditation on your situations, and two is learning to make controlling decisions.
By the way, YouTube, this is not medical advice.
This is literally just some of us talking about what we've been going through.
These are opinions and experiences that we have had in our lives that we are sharing.
Yeah. That if you train yourself often enough with controlling thoughts, your brain starts to learn new patterns. You can teach yourself new patterns. Your brain can rewire. It just takes 6 to 12 months, allegedly, without medical advice.
Bringing up Adrian's comment here, when the VA secretary went on unsub, they did talk about using psilocybin, and they are in the works to get psilocybin approved for use with veterans with PTSD.
I wish they would expand that, because I was wanting to try it for the benefits.
Yeah, they are. Believe it or not, there's
that is long overdue.
Yeah, there's one congressman that he's really big about. Darn, I'm trying to remember what it's a psychedelic, it's a derivative of marijuana. I'm trying to remember it. I remember the side effect is, though, if you take too much of it, it's going to slow your heart rate down too much.
Ooh.
So you could possibly yeah, that's
yikes.
Like morphine.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but again, it's a psychedelic. So
the term you're looking for is bradycardia.
Yeah,
it can potentially be lethal, but honestly, you run into fewer risks with bradycardia than you do going tachycardic.
Oh yeah. So believe it or not, because I went to a conference for work a while back, and it was a congressman that was talking about trying to bring it in for veterans. Now, don't get me wrong, he was a true West Virginian, rough-speaking guy. Problem is, he didn't say jack shit about the fucking medication and just went on a 20-minute tirade about politics and religion.
ADHD much?
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like he was just a typical politician then. He went in with one thing that he was supposed to be talking about, and he ended up talking about something completely different.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He sounded like a cult leader.
Oh boy.
Speaking of cults, we could welcome Let's make sure to welcome Outlaw and Tommy. They have
Hi.
parts of their own.
But
That's
Tommy's
Outlaw.
got a harem. Outlaw's making a harem.
He's already got one. What are you talking about?
No.
He's
No.
raising it. He's not raising a harem. He's raising an army of
I am not.
Stop making that noise.
Everyone who wasn't involved in the stream last night should be aware Tommy's got himself a new girl that's giving him a leg up.
Or down.
Oh, okay. Let me correct myself. What I was talking about was not a derivative of marijuana. It's called ibogaine. I found the word.
Okay, I don't know anything about it.
It's from a West African shrub.
I know enough about it to not speak of it publicly.
Yeah. but
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not gonna go any further with that either. I just want to make sure I correct it for the record.
Cool.
All right.
I will say, if they approve the psilocybin for veterans, there's going to be a lot of veteran drug dealers. Hey, I mean, it's just that's going to be true because there's going to be a lot of people, including myself,
say allegedly, Doc,
that want to try it.
Allegedly.
I know there's allegedly a lot of people dealing in, let's say, discount pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't cost the veteran way too much depending on what kind of disability they have or the rating that they have, or easier access to TRICARE. But I'm sure there's going to be people that are pill selling, just like there is on the civilian side. Of all those controlled substances.
Well, and here's something.
Look at PTSD support groups. You'll find ridiculous after.
Here's something else I'm going to point out when it comes to that. Let's say you have an individual who hypothetically has a certain medication for migraine disorder. This individual only gets migraines once every few months. So he's got these meds that he can't use. And one of his buddies gets a headache that's very similar to a migraine, so he gives it to him. Technically, that guy just became a pill pusher, even though he was just trying to help alleviate his buddy's discomfort.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or people who have narcotic painkillers that don't abuse it at all, but they get overprescribed because they don't know how long the pain's going to last, and then they either have it sit in the shelf for a while. But you go, your buddy's in pain? Oh, you're not going anywhere, are you? Okay, here, I got a little Vicodin right here.
No, that's what it is with I have lidocaine patches that I need for my back every once in a while. And they kept on sending me. I have a whole year's supply that I maybe use them once every couple weeks. One every couple weeks.
But you know what? I would throw some of those in your go bag.
I do actually.
Lidocaine, very, very great. What is it? I don't want to say episodic, but you get an injury that you've got to sew up or you've got to rub an alcohol swab in it, and it's going to hurt badly.
Mm-hmm.
Put that lidocaine patch on it for a little while, see if it'll numb it up enough so that you can work and clean your wound.
Hey, Sean, are you okay with me mentioning something I found over the counter about 2 weeks ago?
Go ahead.
Icy Hot now sells patches and roll-ons that include lidocaine in them.
Oh.
I picked some up. I picked some up for use on my back because I've been having such bad pain waking up in the morning just above my shoulders. That works wonders. It's not enough to be prescription level, but it's enough to get you over the edge of being ready to hurt someone just looking over your shoulder to turn lanes on your commute.
Kind of like that guy who hasn't had his coffee yet, and it's a potential lethal engagement if you engage with them before said coffee has been consumed.
Okay, we're not going to talk about every warrant officer known to man.
That's an interesting way of describing your coffee consumption.
Okay, now there's kind of a running joke, at least in the Army. I'm sure the Navy has similar. The Air Force probably also has similar. where the most dangerous soldier in the field during a field exercise is your CW2 if you approach him or her before they've had their first pot of coffee for that day. Because if you approach one of them and they haven't had their caffeine fix, you may be on a short expectancy list.
Oh yeah, I mean that's actually I heard that from an old NCO of mine. And I still use that to this day. Coffee is the water of life. I drink it. Everybody else gets to live.
Okay. I had surgeons when I was still an OR tech who would say something very similar. We would be out in the field. We would have a simulated casualty coming in, wake the guy up from a dead sleep, and he would literally look at everyone and go, "Is this real? It's a training thing. It'll wait 15 minutes. Give me a pot brewing."
Oh, that's interesting about Ibogaine.
Yeah, actually, that was mentioned on it. Oh God, I gotta look up who was the guest speaker.
Because I know Zach Bell, the veteran with the sign, he's gone down to Mexico a couple times for the I don't know if it's peyote, but it's a sweat lodge that they go down to. And depending on how many traumas you have or how many significant ones, that will kind of determine how many trips or how many sessions you're going to have in order to get back to
normal.
I guess kind of a reset. Well, normal is
it's
debatable.
Actually, who they had Robert Gallery there as a guest speaker because he also advocated for it because he's been dealing with major TBIs, obviously, because he played in the NFL, and he said like how much it actually has benefited him. So,
and I would honestly also suggest that when it comes to human behavior, we expunge the word normal and exchange it for the word baseline.
Yes,
because technically speaking, there's no such thing as normal.
Nope.
But a baseline could be objective.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I can roll with that.
Yep.
I could deal with it.
And in our little psycho fart group, our baseline is so screwed up. I am willing to bet that if shrinks were to actually look at our little group, we would all be in some kind of a mental health institution.
Pills for sure.
Yeah.
They're going to institutionalize us. Don't threaten us with a good time.
Well,
again,
and this is where I'll be. I'll again. Well, this is where
They're trying to institutionalize the fire guy?
I'll be the contrarian asshole and say, well, is it? Are we considered not baseline anymore because that line has moved to where more people? Where there are plenty of more. I'm just gonna say it. More wimps out there. And we're actually just more mentally resilient than they are, but they can't compare the two groups.
Oh, okay. Let me hit you with this and
cut out.
Mando. You still there, Mando?
Yeah, you cut out.
And I think
I think
a brief second.
Yeah. I think it
might be his
testing,
internet.
testing.
All right, we can hear you.
Yeah, you just came back.
Yep.
And
all right, if it happens again, I will bounce out and try reconnecting.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Jesus Christ! The second he says it, okay, I can hear him again.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Verizon.
Okay. I feel like I'm in a shitty cell phone commercial. All right, Mr. Applegate, I've got an idea for some story, or I've got some story ideas that I think you might find darkly amusing. individual, probably some kind of veteran, that he's literally looking at the stuff going crazy, people going nuts around him. And he's going, okay, it's Tuesday. Can we get to work now? Because that is more or less the way most of us would respond. Is it not?
It is. Yeah, it is kind of interesting, especially in my work where I get read the riot act. I'm starting to interact with regular people now. I'm getting read the riot act by some of these people, and I'm like going, they're a veteran. I'm a veteran. We've both gone through the hurry up and wait game. All right. We both know how this works. Everything runs at the speed of bureaucracy. So you getting on my ass about dumb stuff is not going to help either of our day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think part of it goes back to everyone wants instant gratification, and that has been wired in our society, every age group.
Probably.
Penicillin effect.
Mhm.
Ever since the invention of penicillin, people have been looking for instant cures.
Well, it's also gotten to the point where, because we're all so used to just having whatever we want when we want without any kind of effort, that just having to wait 5 minutes is irritating. I grew up in the 90s, and I would take commercial breaks as an opportunity to go grab a drink or put the dogs out. Now, when I'm watching a video on YouTube, a 30-second ad comes up, and I'm like, okay, skip. All right, I'm blocking you.
No, and that's the thing. You got to bring up a good point, because we got to be cognizant of that ourselves. All right, we've noticed that behavior in ourselves, and if we don't call ourselves out on it, then obviously we're hypocrites.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I say to people, stop skipping videos. If you start watching a video, try to watch it all, not because I'm forced you to watch my videos. I'm talking about in general, where people skip videos and they only watch 2 minutes, yet they think they know the whole content. You know, they're just so wired to that newspaper phenomenon, you know, where you just read the headline.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Seen that before in my life.
And the thing is, I know I'm guilty of that. Where I'll be looking through news articles, and I'll only stop to read the article if the headline looks like something that keys in on something that I consider important.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying, don't be surprised why most people are misinformed because they haven't read the whole article and don't realize that it's just the first 3 paragraphs are usually the opinion, and then you get the facts.
Yeah, I have to remind myself about that. I've got to read the article before I share it, because I don't want to get caught with my pants down like that.
Nobody does.
Like, did you even read the fucking article?
We really don't want to send Brian to get you out of the county lockup after getting caught with your pants down again. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to happen.
And this is why I like this group. We can rag on each other, and we'll just roll straight into whatever the next topic is.
Yes, we will.
Well, a lot of us have kind of experienced much worse.
Yeah.
How many times has
Indeed.
the mainstream media given us a incendiary article and then walked it back over the course of the following week?
Yeah,
Far
they do
too
that
often.
because by the time a week has happened, it's already out of the consciousness before they make the edit.
Yeah.
Or what about the or how the information that they gathered is so skewed that it completely changes the context of which the questions they were using to gather said information are completely irrelevant. They just they're making shit up, and they're just looking for the right opinion, not fact, to back it up.
Okay.
Like the NBA.
Yeah.
Hang on. Here's actually a really good example of them doing half-assed headlines. You guys might have seen this. The current press secretary left the role recently. If most of these headlines just say Caroline Leavitt leads the White House, Does anyone here know why she left the role as the press secretary?
I thought she was
Going
pregnant.
on some sort of leave.
She was pregnant. She had her baby and decided it's more important to be with her family than to be in front of the media vultures.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a
That's
better
valid.
decision.
I'm
valid.
I won't knock
Now,
her
the
for
thing-
that.
Now, the thing is, you hear the first part of that. Caroline Leavitt leaves the White House. What's everyone's assuming? Oh my God, did she screw up? Did Trump fire her? Did she see through the right-wing nonsense and decide that she couldn't tolerate
It's
it
because people are hunting for the drama. They
Yep.
want the drama. They want the story that will drag them in. They cannot live with just the
One
ordinary.
at a time, gents. One at a
They
time.
cannot. People cannot live with just a ordinary answer. They cannot live with it.
No, you're right. There are drama queens, but one of the other problems is confirmation bias. You have a large number of people out there who cannot live with the truth.
No, not unless the truth fits within their little narrative.
Yep.
Exactly. So it's both things. One is the drama, and the other is the cognitive disconnect from reality.
Yes.
I actually ran kind of a little test on some of my coworkers about a month ago. I took a fake article off of the SCP wiki, dressed it up to look like an MSN article, and dropped it on the HR director's desk.
That's hilarious.
Oh, God.
Journalist now. You're a mainstream journalist now.
Well, the thing is, and this particular article, it was written to look like a news article. And I just I dropped it on his desk, left the area. About 3 hours later, he was feeding it out to the company like it was gospel truth. I gave it about 2 hours, and then I sent him the link to the SCP article with you really need to fact check yourself. He had a retraction out on email in less than an hour.
Broken Pine approves.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we're close to an hour. You guys want to switch over to Rumble?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Because there's a video I think we should all watch.
Oh,
Right. That's incentive enough. That's incentive enough to yank the YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
yeah. Bye, YouTube. Oh, by the way,
Fuck
for the
off, YouTube. You're
for
lame.
the couple people still watching on YouTube, all the views are coming from Rumble right now. Meet Gazer Box. That's where it's at. And that's where you get to hear a evil button pushing monkey talk about his shenanigans. If you know, you know.